Ladies and gentlemen, Cheryl Cran. Get her up here, guys. She is a rock star.
If we look at what it means for future-ready teams, it really means that all of us must be aligned to the vision. And regardless of your personality style or your leadership style, we all have vision. It's the way we communicate the vision that determines if people come with us or not. So I think I heard the word, and I think I counted it in the panel with the millennials. I think I heard the word inspiration like 60 times. So looking for inspiration, looking for inspiration, looking for inspiration. So sharing the vision with inspiration is really key. Focused on me to we. We are shifting from the lone leader, our hierarchical style of leadership, to a shared leadership model. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. And you're already innovative, but I'm talking about real-time creative solutions as leaders in the moment with the people that we're interacting with. And then also being highly flexible. And, you know, for those of us that have been leaders for a long time, a lot of times the flexibility is a challenge in that, and it doesn't matter how long we've been a leader, but a lot of times we can get sort of in that place of what's worked, or if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, that kind of mentality, and I'm sure that's not prevalent here. But I'm saying the flexibility comes in that real-time pivoting in the moment, dealing with people, which is what a future-ready team does. In the past in leadership, it was all about top-down. I tell you what to do, you do it. Performance was based on whether you did that. In the past, it was about tenure time. The longer time you had on job, the more valuable you were. In the future, it's more about performance-based culture. The more value you add to the culture, the more you're valued and recognized in performance. In the past, it was about tasks and jobs. In the future, it's about projects and results. So a lot of things have shifted and are shifting rapidly as we move forward. You saw the statistic about 2025. We'll have more people as entrepreneurial contract workers. This is already happening. Research done by Upwork and Freelancer.com. Millennials and Gen Zs are seeking more contract project work related jobs, or if they're working in an organization, they're looking for exposure to multiple projects in order to keep them growing, learning, and being able to cross-pollinate. If you look in the past, highly siloed organizations, every department had their mandate and protected their department. In the future, higher cross-functional, cross-pollination of ideas between departments, enabling and helping across team synergy and functionality. So a lot of things rapidly changing that we're in the midst of. And this goes against everything we've been taught about leadership. Because we've been taught he or she who moves it forward, gets her done, is the one who's going to win the race. But in the future of work, we're talking about teamwork. We're talking about flexibility, agility, working together. That means in order for me to be a good leader, I have to not only drive when it's appropriate, but I got to know when it's appropriate to give and to flex and to create movement. I've got to know when it's appropriate to stand up for performance and say to somebody who's a poor performer, how can I support you to be a better performer? But I also got to know when it's appropriate to let somebody fail just a little bit so that they can grow. So as we look forward to the future of work, the people side of the business, and I get really worked up when someone says to me, we've got to work on our soft skills. For the gentleman in the room, if I say to you, let me teach you some soft skills, does that make you want to get her done? No. Soft skills indicates that people's skills are irrelevant. Jeffrey Weiner, CEO of LinkedIn, posted about a month ago, people need more soft skills. I commented, stop using the word soft skills. They're essential human skills in order to drive change forward for the future. They are human skills. It's not about people as a category. Businesses exist because we're serving people, because we are people. The technology innovates and everybody's all about technology. IT is responsible. Everything has to be driven forward by technology. We're just now circling back to the reality that unless we're focused on people first, the technology means nothing. And so that's the future of work, is how can we be better people? How can we elevate our human skills to such a level that as a leader, we're not feeling like glorified babysitters, but rather we're feeling like we're empowering a group of highly talented individuals towards more power, more change, more innovation, that we're together driving as one towards the goals that we want to achieve. The pace of ongoing disruption is causing many of us to be more stressed. It's causing many of us to go, well, wait a second, we were doing this over here, now we have to pivot and do this over here. What is the solution to that fast pace of change? It's how we reorganize ourselves individually in order to be leaders that inspire others to go with the disruptions that are going to continue. The disruptions are not going away, we know this. We live in a globally volatile reality. We live in a constant threat to security. We live in a constant environment of having to adapt and be agile to people, situations, and processes. Now, if we take a look at what's happening with technological innovation, I just want to share with you and how it's impacting us as people. Take a look at this image. The one in the upper left is exoskeletons. You probably already know this, but exoskeletons in Japan, they've actually created these exoskeletons for manufacturing industry. A man or a woman can wear these and increase their power, do heavy lifting work to the power of 10 men. Completely transforming manufacturing. Exoskeletons are being used by Lowe's here in North America. It's being used by Walmart. A lot of these organizations are used. And so guess what? Millennials don't necessarily want to do regular jobs, but if you ask them to put on a Matrix-like suit, they're lined out the door. So how are we linking what we're doing to the coolness factor of the opportunity of work? One of the ways that we can create and be that agile, flexible leader creating future agile teams is to shift our mindset. And I talk about this in my book, The Art of Change Leadership, is that we have to upgrade our leadership operating system. So as fast as technology is innovating, we need to be innovating the way we think. And that means spending a consistent portion of our time in the learn, share levels of thinking. So at the personal level, it's a lot about ourselves, our own department, our own problems. At the blame level, it's a lot about it's not my fault, it's their department's fault, or it's their problem. But at the learn and share level, which is where I feel that many of you hang out the majority of the time, and I'm talking majority, we're human beings, so we're gonna cycle through these. But my goal always when I'm working with leaders is to help spend 90% or higher time in the learn and share. And learning really is, what can I learn from this person, my team, this situation? What can we learn from this disruption, this opportunity? So that learning mindset sees things less as something that we push back against and more as an opportunity to leverage that creative intelligence that I was talking about. And as a leader, if you're spending time in the share zone, that's where we're going from the me to we. And if you're a leader in this room right now and you spend 90% or more of your time in the share zone, I can tell you that you're not a stressed leader, you're actually a highly fulfilled leader. Because in the share zone, you're thinking things like, how can I share everything I know with everyone on my team so that they can grow and learn and surpass their abilities? If you're on the share level, you're thinking things like, how can I not only help my department succeed, but interdepartmentally across the system help other departments succeed? If you're in the share zone, you're looking at innovative ways to add value to everybody on a consistent basis. And so let's take a look where you're at. Another poll here. Oh, some of you already answered it. Excellent. You guys are, this is a get her done. Which of the thought levels do you spend, or do you feel you spend the majority of your time? Do you spend the majority of your time in blame, learn, and share? Let's take a look and get some more results here. And as I said, remember we're talking majority of the time. Where do you spend the majority of your time? And by the way, I love honesty. Nobody's knowing what your answer is here. This is anonymity. So the honesty allows us to then, because as leaders, we don't grow ourselves until we bring awareness to what we're feeling. So majority of you're in the share zone. You're focused every day on helping people succeed, sharing everything you know, helping people grow, helping them succeed beyond you. About 40% of you are in the learn zone. What can I learn from this the majority of the time? There's a few percentage of you that are in the blame. I love the honesty, and another fewer percentage of you that are in personal. And 55% of you said you're in the share mindset, which is phenomenal. And by the way, what we model is what other people model as well. So if you're a sharing leader, it's likely that you have a high-performing team, high-functioning team. You don't have high levels of dysfunction. You'll have occasional moments of dysfunction, but generally because you're operating and leading from a share level, your teams are high-functioning, high results.